Well, hello there folks, long time no see. Just making an update video. When I do a couple of videos, I've just been sat here with sea views in my van, trying to concoct some kind of basic dialogue for these next two videos. So the next two videos, I'd like to do a video on to finish and conclude the playlist of the build of the van after maybe 6 months living in the van after my build, what I like, what I don't like. And also this video, it's a video that I would hope to have never had to make, but unfortunately I'm having to. So I want people to be aware, like I've been living in vans now for maybe 8 years, never had a thing stolen off me. Recently I was over in Plymouth with friends having like some major work done on the van, like a clutch and a flywheel, quite expensive stuff. They did some great work, and when I was staying in my friend's apartment with a van parked outside the apartment over the night, and somebody broke into my van. They stole some expensive stuff. It's a Mercedes Sprinter. I learnt how it could be done through the methods they did. They didn't even have to break any glass, and the weak spot, the weak point which they chose to do, every Sprinter has this same weak spot. But I'm not going to say on this video, because I don't want to educate the wrong types into how this method could be done. Now, I am grateful that the van was still there, but they stole some expensive stuff out my van, so it's still quite raw, and I am somewhat gutted. Stuff that I'll have to work hard and save up for to replace. It's come at a bad time as well. I seem to be having a lot of bad luck at the moment, but what I wanted to put some emphasis on, folks, is check your van security, especially in the times that we're in at the moment. There's a lot of desperate people out there. There are a lot of sick people with drugs and alcohol and all the rest of it, mental health. They don't care about you or your feelings or your possessions, and they will cause damage, ransack your home, and steal your hard-earned, beloved possessions. So my PlayStation was stolen, my expensive BenQ projector was stolen, and some other things that I don't care to mention. A sports crossbow, which is one of my hobbies, that was stolen. The police are aware of that now, as it is pretty much a firearm. So they will be hot on the case of that, I hope. I was impressed with the police, actually. There's a lot of bad press about the police, and the police officer that arrived at my broken into van, his name is Alex in Plymouth, and he did well. I was impressed. I didn't experience any prejudice. He knocked all the doors on the street for witnesses and for any cameras, and he worked really hard, and I was really genuinely impressed by the effort that this police officer called Alex in Plymouth the effort he'd put in. So I've gone through the motions of like the shock, then the numb feeling, and then the anger and the rage, and now I'm at the stage of like coming to terms with it and seeing what I can learn and prevent it from happening. But you can't stop these people getting into your vehicle, even though it is your home. The most upsetting thing was I'd just a few weeks prior I'd cleaned the van out, everything was disinfected, folded up and tidied up and put away, and by the time I got to my van, by the time they finished with it, everything was out the cupboards, on the floor, ransacked, with some of my prized possessions stolen. So yeah, guys, and girls, please just check your security, and if it needs improving, seriously consider improving it and getting it done. That's what I'm going to focus on now. And as I say, sorry for this being a miserable video, but it's truth, it's life, and I just wanted to share for my own benefit as well, just to get it off my chest, but also to remind people and make them aware this is happening. And I don't want this to happen to anybody else, because it doesn't feel too nice. You know. So all right then, guys, and the next video I do to conclude the playlist, I'll give it a few days, make sure I'm in the right headspace and I cheer up, and I'll try and put something a bit more watchable. I've got a new camera at the moment. It's not new released. It's new to me, and it's a proper camera, so it's a big learning curve for me. It's a Panasonic Lumix GH4, whereas I've always used a telephone, and the phone does all the work for you. Well, with this, with all the settings, you have to do it yourself. So it's quite intimidating, and it's going to be a massive learning curve. But I don't mind, because I regard it as a hobby. And thankfully, a lot of my stuff was in my friend's apartment, so they didn't get everything, but they did get enough to actually hurt me. But anyway, guys, please take that on board, and good luck to you all, and have a good summer.